Hey VC, Crazy Jimmy here. Sorry, it's been a little while. I think I sound like a broken record. I've been saying that every time I start a new video, but it's the truth. Just haven't had time. But I do have some things to show you. I wish I could say I listened to all of them. There's a few of them I have not gotten to yet, but that's okay. I still like showing them, and then you can go out and check them out yourself and see what you think. There's a few here I'm going to go a little more deeper into, and then the rest I'm going to kind of whiz through because I got about probably like 30 here, 35 I want to show you. These are all latest pickups, latest finds, whether it's at a store, at a thrift shop, online, wherever it may be. Been accumulating these over the last month or two. So why don't we just get right at it. The first one I'm going to show you here is one that I am just really psyched over, and I just, you can tell I'm psyched over it because I've got a copy on the wall there, which is the USA pressing. The one up there is the first USA. Was sealed, it's not anymore. This is the first UK, and I apologize for the glare. There's something about the lighting in this room with the lights I'm using. I don't know if they're too bright, but it's terrible. I'm going to have to visit that at some point. Obviously not today. But anyways, Alan Hull. Let's talk about good old Alan Hull on this sweet looking Charisma label. Love the large Mad Hatter. This is a UK pressing, 1U stamper. And I also have the first US pressing that you see behind me there on the wall. The main difference between the two, besides sound, and I will say the US copy sounds great, but the UK is a little better. The UK is also a nice, sweet gatefold with an 8-page picture booklet, which the US copy is just a single. So this here is a sweet gatefold with an insert that's kind of like stapled in, and you'll see it's got like really cool band photos and such, lyrics on the back. So the US pressing, while the packaging's not as nice, still its sound quality's good. You're gonna pay about half the price. These UKs tend to go for pretty good money in the right condition, whereas the US pressings can go for, depending on what you get, a sealed one would be upwards of $70 on down to like one in the shrink for 40. And then a VG Plus not in the shrink, VG to VG Plus would run you about 25 to 30 for the US. But I recommend both. I like them both. They both sound different to my ears. Again, the glare, it's terrible. And I love the artwork on this. Is just phenomenal. I thought I wrote down the painter's name. I'm sure several of you will know who it is. But Alan Hull is from Lindisfarne. Lindisfarne. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But UK band that has put out some really good stuff. And none other than Ken Scott engineered this at Trident. So as he did Ziggy Stardust and the Bowie albums, Hunky Dory and Ziggy, he also did this one at Trident as well. And my understanding is the sound quality, the sound, not quality, but the sound that Ken got out of the for this album here is closer to Hunky Dory than Ziggy, and I would have to agree with that. Just a really crunchy, crisp sound quality here, sound stage. Alan also used several different accents, including the Geordie. So some different, there's a lot of variety on here. Really good acid folk album. I recommend everyone owns this. Not only for the cover art, but also the music. It's just an absolute classic. This is his first solo album. A lot of these songs were meant for the next, I think, the fourth Lindisfarne album, but this ended up, he ended up just releasing this on his own with members of the band, so, and just slapped his name on it. But Highly, highly recommended. So don't sleep on it. 1973's Pipe Dream by Alan Hull. All right. Next up, the Collectors. Boy, do I love this sleeve. It's so psychedelic. And you know what? So is the album. The album's very psych. Recommended if you like the Doors and the Beatles and Moody Blues, Procol Harum, all that lot on the nice W7 Reprise label. I know this glare is killing me. I really apologize. But the Collectors, 1968, just a phenomenal album. This band here, the band used here, minus the lead singer, was the same band that recorded of the Electric Prunes F minor, so Mass in F minor. And this band became Chilliwack after this, their first two albums. This is their first one. They had one right after it. This one's from 68. They are a Canadian psych band. And you know, the vocals are just phenomenal. The lead singer on this, I think his name is Vickers, just has a really passionate, dreamy style to his vocals. So, and that's the kind of vocaling I like. But really great. Check that out. And that's cheap heat right there. The Collectors, you get that for, you know, $10 to $20. Now here's a real surprise. This one here just blew me away. This is Paul Parrish, The Forest of My Mind, and my God, this is so good. And look at the cover, just says it all. I mean, the music and the cover are a match. Okay, tell you that right up. 1968, you know, really the sweet spot here. Love the label too. This is the Music Factory label. Super cool. It kind of looks like those old Sun Records label. But Paul Parrish, you know, if you like Paul Simon, if you like Donovan, if you like the Left Bank, you know, Love, Forever Changes, this is right up your alley right here. I think you'll find a lot to like here. Vocals remind me of Mickey Dolenz a little bit, which is not a bad thing. That's a really good thing in my mind. Just some really lovely psych pop albums, some great Baroque songs too, and even one that sounds like the Velvet Underground with John Cale leading the way on, you know, with some avant-garde musings going on. But yeah, I cannot recommend this enough. Paul Parrish, The Forest of My Mind, highly, highly, highly recommended. And he also had, that was his first album, but he had his second album, which is here. And God, I hate buying corner clipped albums, but I really wanted a sealed one, and they're all clipped. But, you know, you get this super cheap. I think I paid $10 for this. This is his second album from 73, I want to say. But yeah, more of the same, really good stuff. Piano work, good piano work on it. And then his third album, Paul Parrish, Songs for a Young Girl. God, this glare, it's killing me. On the ABC Bullseye. But yeah, check out Paul Parrish, especially that first one that I showed you. Next up, this was an amazing find. I could not believe the condition I found this in. Check this out. An original pressing on Cap Records with the original price tag right there. This is the Silver Apples Contact, their second album. There's Cap. God, this glare's killing me. Hopefully you can see it better than I can right now, because all I'm seeing is glare. But I mean, this thing is so mint. You know, I've never seen this in this type of condition. And I'm adding it to my first Silver Apples album, which is also in phenomenal condition in the shrink. So really psyched to find this. You know, this needs no introduction. It's just as good as the first one, in my opinion. They're both excellent. The story behind this too, by the way, is it was pulled from the shelves because Pan Am, and you'll see their logo right. They wanted it front and center. It's so front and center, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. It's kind of hidden by the price tag. But Pan Am was like, yeah, free publicity. Let's get our logo in there. But they didn't know what the back of the cover was going to look like. And when they saw the back of the cover and they saw the plane crash, obviously it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a Pan Am plane, but or we don't think it was. But there they are, plane crash with both of them just kind of sitting there. They're alive, but the plane is destroyed. Pan Am sued the band for a ton of money and put a lien on their equipment, and even took their drums. I guess they not Pan Am, but representatives showed up at a Silver Apples concert and took their drum kit. Now they were able to get this. What is it? The Simian. I think the name of their synthesizer setup was called the Simon or Simian. But they were able to haul that out because they got advance notice that the authorities were coming to take their equipment. But they did not get the drum set out in time. But this album was pulled right off the shelves, so that's why it's so much harder to find, especially in that kind of condition. Next up, Kate Bush, probably your masterpiece, Hounds of Love. What makes this special is not only do you have the hype sticker and the shrink, but it's on this beautiful grayish pink purple marble. Kind of hard to see there, but just stunning. Great album, but even better when you can find it on that limited edition colored wax. All right, been going a little crazy on this artist, so I'm going to show you 3, and I have one more coming in. It's not here yet, his first one, but this is Terry Allen. And he's a little bit of a Texas loner alternative country, alt folk artist, definitely in the loner category for sure, because this isn't the type of country you think of normally when you hear the words outlaw country, but it's not. It's there's a lot of piano going on. Terry played the piano and really well. He's also an artist, but this is Lubbock on everything. This is 1979, considered his masterpiece. He had one before this called Juarez from 1975. I got that one coming in. But this one here is a double album. It's considered his masterpiece. And, if you're into alt country like Wilco and, all that stuff, and you're into private pressings and country folk and loner folk and acid country and acid folk and all that good stuff, you have to get every album that Terry Allen did in the 70s and early 80s with his band. So definitely check him out. And I'll show you what I've got from Terry. There's that. There's also Smoking the Dummy, which is Terry Allen and the Panhandle Mystery Band. God, I love this cover too. It's got he's got this really creepy looking dummy. I don't know if you can see it right there. Creepy looking dummy. There he is. There's the dummy in the back. This one's sealed. I need to open and play it, but it's an original pressing on Fate Records. Really amazing stuff. I heard the clips already. Can't wait to dig into that. And then the second, Terry Allen in the Panhandle Mystery Band. Second, right here. Love the cover. There's the label. That's also Fate. And yeah, more of the same. More really good alt country before alt country. So, awesome stuff. Rupert Holmes. A lot of people think of Rupert Holmes. They think of the Pina Colada song, which Rupert himself will tell you is a garbage song. He just wrote it from the pressures that he was receiving to pump out a hit. And those lyrics weren't even the original lyrics either, which is crazy. But he's got a lot better stuff than that. This is his 1975 self-titled. So check it out if you like really good crafted pop. Right. Speaking of loner folk and acid folk, Orion Calandra, right there. Dude looks pretty cool. Looks like his girlfriend there and his glasses taking the picture. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, this is definitely a private pressing. Here's the label. Kind of a plain blackish charcoal color. Yeah, this is about 50% acid guitar instrumentals, and then 50% with vocals, but it's all just fantastic. 1980, this was put out, but you'd never know it. It sounds like something that was done in 1971. And I would definitely consider this acid folk for sure. Only 2,500 I heard were pressed to this, but it's certainly harder than that to find. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot less of those in circulation these days. But yeah, check this out. Self-titled. Orion Calandra. It's his only one. I think you'll like it if you're into the private pressings. All right, here's one I already have, and I'm going to sell my open copy, I think. But this is, I was able to locate a sealed copy of Olivia Tremor Control's Dusk at Cubist Castle, which is just a psych masterpiece from 1995. And you can just see, I mean, the music in here sounds just like the artwork, just so you know. So you already know it's going to be good. So this is an original pressing on Fly Daddy. This is my open copy. This is sealed. I'm probably going to sell the open copy. These are not cheap. But yeah, if anyone's interested in it before I post it, let me know. Reach out, and I'll cut you a little bit of a deal. But yeah, it was nice to find that sealed. All right, another private pressing, On the Road by No Coin. And No Coin is actually this singer-songwriter, David Wolant, I think you pronounce his name like that, but he wrote some, big hits, some big commercial jingles as well for all kinds of artists back in the day. But before that happened, he released this, folk, acid folk, country, pop album on the Calia label right there. Not many of these were pressed. Don't know the amount, but I know it's a private pressing. Usually they didn't do too many of them, so check that out. That's pretty much cheap heat for private pressing. I don't think you're going to spend a ton on that one. Versus this one, Perry Martin, Right Between the Eyes. This is his second album. I also have his first somewhere around here, which I wanted to show as well, but I couldn't locate it in time, and I didn't want to waste any more time looking for it. But this is really good AOR pop, but it's private pressing pop, so even better. Not mainstream pop, so there's definitely a little twist to it. These aren't cheap, but check out some of the snips on YouTube. I think you'll dig it. I definitely do. So really catchy. More private pressings. This is Chris Robison, and these are his two albums on Gypsy Frog label. This label's pretty cool. Let me show it to you. It's got a little frog right there. It's hard to see, but this is his first one, and this is his second. Openly gay artist. So kind of groundbreaking, because not a lot were doing that. Were out of the closet like that in the music business back in the early 70s. So these are pretty limited. Not too many of these are pressed, and they're also really good. A lot of variety. There's some novelty songs on both, but some of these songs remind me of like Todd Rundgren doing Piss Aaron when he did like the stuff he did on side 4 on Something Anything. Kind of both of these have a little bit of that vibe and to it. Sometimes the vocals remind you of a young Mick Jagger as well. So, but there's also some power pop on this. There's some lo-fi pop, bedroom pop, acid psych. There's a little bit of everything on these, so check them out. And I don't think they're that costly either. All right, this is my first album I ever got from this gentleman here, Scott Walker. This is number 4. So I've always wanted to pick up one, but I never saw them, for a decent price. This is on the Philips label, nice laminated sleeve. The only 2 Scott Walker albums I really want are 3 and 4 anyways. I don't want the first or second one. 3 and 4 have a little bit more psych going on. They're just different. Whereas 1 and 2 are more straight Baroque. And nothing wrong with that, but just I like a little twist with my Baroque music. So, but fantastic vocals. I mean, no doubt about that. But yeah, Scott 3 is probably the one I like the most. Scott 4 is my second favorite from him, but it was certainly nice to find that. Next up is a threefer. This is, again, private pressings. Michael Lee Yonkers. So we'll start with his first one, 1974's Grimwood. And I actually have an open copy of this in the shrink, and I'm selling it. So if anyone wants it, let me know. But I picked this up because it was sealed, and it had this sticker on the back, which really isn't a hype sticker. It just says, friendly reminder, every Yonkers album is an artistic expression unique to itself. Please remember, a worn needle can permanently damage and destroy the sound of the vinyl. So that's pretty much what it says. But if you like lo-fi indie pop, but from 1974, this is right up your alley. It kind of reminds me of like our Stevie Moore. So if you're a big fan of him, like I am, I think you'll love all his stuff from the 70s, including Grimwood. And then this one here, 1974 as well. This is self-titled, 1974. It's got a cool like silver sheen to them. And then this one I think this was 76. Yonkers and Jim Worrell, Borders of My Mind. There they are. Also on this My label. Great. Good stuff. All right. Next up, it's a little different. This is, pop, mainstream pop from the 70s. But this was really interesting to me because she did a great version of Ooh Child, which I love. I love that song. This is Valerie Carter, Just a Stone's Throw Away. A lot of artists played on this with her. So, I wanted to check it out. And, fantastic. Really good. A lot of variety on it. Really good folk. Really good pop. Nothing psych about it, but definitely recommended if you like well-crafted 70s AM radio pop. All right, next up are two here from Elise Weinberg. We got her first one, Elise, and I think this was from 69. And this one here is unreleased. This is Grease Paint Smile. Never released, so our good folks at Numero put it out. Had the tapes, put it out. I'll tell you, if you love, first of all, Neil Young plays on this. He plays guitar in a few songs on this. So, and you can't miss it. I mean, you hear it and you're like, wow, that's Neil Young. I know it's Neil Young, and it is. So, really cool. Big advocate of hers. I think she was Canadian too. But yeah, has a Joni Mitchell vibe. Vocals are amazing. A little bit of Dylan too going through these songs. This one's more psych than this one. You can certainly tell by the sleeve. But they're both just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Can't recommend them enough. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Love it when these things start tipping over. All right. All right, next up, this is John Fred and his Playboy band, Permanently Stated. Love the cover, and you can tell this is his psych move right here. This is his psych masterpiece, and I love the label too. It's on the Paula Records. Check that out. It's super. It's got like one of those old-fashioned brooches from like the 30s. But super cool. There he is right there. I guess he was a basketball star in college, John Fred. But yeah, what can I say? I mean, this is really good pop psych. Really good, and it's cheap heat. This can be had for $10, and you'll be loving it all day long. So don't sleep on John Fred and his Playboy band. And Permanently Stated is the one to get. He has other good ones, but this is the one right here. I'm telling you. All right. Everyone has this, Basement Tates, but I wanted to show it to you for the hype sticker. Was able to find it sealed with the hype sticker, so really cool. Because a lot of these didn't survive with the shrink and the hype sticker because of the gatefold, and gatefolds always got ripped open, so that was a nice relic to find. Next up is Elizabeth, great psych on Vanguard. Really cool cover. You can tell it's psych just by the cover. Vanguard label always puts out good stuff, but yeah, more like Left Bank, but more psych than Left Bank for sure. Check out Elizabeth. And we have, oh, I could not pass this up. I already have this. I even have the box set. But yeah, I can't pass this up. Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, sealed, original pressing, 5,000 pressed. So really, really could not pass that one up. So I had another original. I sold that off to a friend, gave him a killer deal on it, and I'm keeping this one here. All right, next up, and I want the original of this. I normally don't collect reissues, but this is such an amazing private pressing that I didn't want to wait. The reissue, the original never comes up. So this also never comes up on yellow vinyl. This it was an RSD, I believe, from 2024 in the UK only. So it never comes up in the States, and it happened to come up for a decent price, not terribly cheap, but decent. Jack Adkins' American Sunset. Such a weird album. You have to check it out. Really, really good private pressing. I would call it... there's some loner folk, some acid folk, some prog, some electronic pop on here. It's just so cool. It's so weird, but it's off the charts weird. So yeah, check out Jack Adkins. And if anyone has an original pressing of that, please let me know. They want to get rid of it. I want it. All right, this one here I was really psyched to find with the hype sticker. This is Billy Swan. I Can Help, with his million seller #1 smash hit, I Can Help. Which was so cool, so psychedelic, with that organ running through it. I think it was an organ. Kind of sounded like Augie Myers was playing it from the album Mendocino. But who did Mendocino? Now I got to think. Sir Douglas Quintet. That's it. But yeah, really, really great album. There's actually a lot of good stuff on this. Some rockabilly going on here as well. Some alt country, some pop. But yeah, don't sleep on Billy Swan. 1975, by the way. All right, here's one you probably all seen before, but I don't know if you've seen this hype sticker. Anticipation hype sticker, and then also Legend in Your Own Time, the second single released off of this. So just wanted to show that. I think I've seen this hype sticker twice in the last 30 years. So when you see it like that in the wild, and you never see it otherwise, you got to get it. Another one with the hype sticker, just a phenomenal album, so underrated. 1979's Ricky Lee Jones, her first album. I consider this a top 25 debut album from an artist. This has Chucky's in Love on it, among other things. But yeah, don't sleep on this. A little bit of Joni. Tori Amos was hugely influenced by this album and by a few tracks off of this album as well. And you'll certainly know that when you hear it too. You'll be like, ooh, that sounds like Tori Amos. Oh yeah, she came before her. So, but yeah, really great. Got a few more. This is incredible. This is the Flatlanders, One More Road, on Charlie Records, 1980. This was actually released only on 8-track in 1973. No vinyl release, no cassette, just 8-track. Got re-released in 1980 on Charlie, and then re-released again and again and again. This is Jimmy Gilmore and band, the Flatlanders, and what's so cool about this is outsider country. Alt country, but there's a singing saw throughout the whole album. So, and the singing saw makes it so psych. I mean, you're listening to it, it's just blowing your mind with the singing saw, and you got the steel, the pedal steel, the cosmic country going on with the singing saw. Oh God, check out the Flatlanders. You will not be sorry there. Love the cover too. The little dog. Singing saw and cosmic country mixed. Ooh, something else. All right, we got a couple more. Next up is George Camerardi, grassroots guitar. This is pretty much 80% of it is solo guitar that will remind you of John Fahey, like the best of John Fahey. So good. I want to say this was released in 1973. Private pressing. Here's the label. Not too many of these were pressed, but really good if you're a Fahey fan. There are some vocals, but and I like that. But yeah, if you're a Fahey fan, predominantly great guitar work, guitar instrumentals. Primo. All right, two more. One of these, again, I am out there. I want the original pressing of this so badly, but I didn't want to wait anymore. This is Lucky Strikes in Liquid Gold by Jeff Cowell. And if anyone has an original of this, please reach out. This is the repress, but love it, love it, love it. Alt country, acid folk, right there. And then this is Dry Dock County. Love the cover, but this is really good AM harmony pop, power pop as well, in there as well on the Mercury label. Really good cheap Pete if you like power pop and you know, your AM gold pop with harmonies. Really good stuff there. There you go. My records are like flying over. And last but not least, Vernon Ray, Wasted. This is Link Ray's brother. I want to say older brother. So really good loner acid folk on this as well. So good stuff. But this has gone long enough. Thanks for watching Vinyl Finds. I look forward to doing another video real soon and not having like a 3-week gap in between. Appreciate everyone listening. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate your comments. Please hit the bell. Please subscribe. Please comment down below. Please and thank you. Take care, everyone.